Boards and booze, booze and boards, drinks and beers, fight some hordes. Drank too much, forgot our swords, ran back home, filled our gourds, got drunk again, sang some chords. Boards and booze and boards, with Mickey and Jeb.
Good day, Sheriff.
Friar Tuck?
Yep.
What are we playing today, Jeb?
Sheriff of Nottingham. I think I have...
Okay, then I'm Robin Hood.
Okay. I'll be the bad guy like always. Yeah, so Sheriff of Nottingham. Who did this?
Arcane Wonders, and the designer is...
Valuable time.
Sergio Halaban and Andre Zatz.
Alright.
Original game design. I don't know if that means it's an older game that they updated or whatever.
It's 3 to 5 players, about 60 minutes. That's about the gist of it.
Yep.
The game itself, we're trying to be merchants, right? Successful
merchants. We're merchants. At the heart of the game, it's a bluffing game.
Yeah.
So, party/bluffing, you know, round the table,
I guess,
high interaction, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, game time kind of depends on number of players, because its number of rounds is equal to twice the number of players. So
right. So you're going to go around the table twice.
Yeah. I think that's about it to say for now, right?
Yeah. So I mean, there's not too much to say about it other than the artwork is fantastic in it, and we'll be back in a minute and show you components and go over gameplay, and then we will we'll play around. Yep.
All right. So set up for Sheriff of Nottingham.
First, we'll go over the game components, which will be really fast. So, first of all, everybody's going to get a player board. They mean absolutely nothing. Everything's the same except for the color. Okay? The second thing that players are going to get are a little bag, a merchant bag.
With the color.
That matches the color. Okay? So that's what you're going to get.
On the game boards, they actually have, like, turn sequence,
yep.
And then like around it has different areas that gives information on the game. So it's kind of like a little cheat sheet in front of you.
Yep. The next thing we have in the game are, what do you want to go with next?
Let's go with the money because it's right there.
All right, so we have, let me go, ooh, ones. We have fives. 20s. Don't we have 10s?
I don't see any 10s.
Oh, maybe we don't have 10s. I thought we did. And we have a 50 spot. And there are no 10s. Yeah, that's how it is. So, 1s, 5s, 20s, and 50s. Those are your coins. They're actually pretty nice, thick cardboard.
Next up are the, I guess, good cards? Goods?
Okay, so...
Not good, bad,
we have
actual goods.
3 types of good cards in the game. So you're a merchant, these are your goods. All the green cards are legal items. Okay? So they're green border, they have a green banner at the bottom, and they have...
the top right number is going to be the value, how much it is worth at the end of the game. And then the bottom number is the penalty, and that is the amount that must be paid if you're required to pay a penalty. So that's rules.
The next set are the contraband items, which are bad. Well, not bad. They're good for you if you can sneak them through. But that's the object of the game, is to score as many points as you can, and these contraband ones are worth more. So contraband items are like silk and the booze, which is mead, which Jeb and I like, pepper, things like that. So, the distinguishing factor is red borders, red banner at the bottom, still the same values in the top left, or top right and bottom right corners for that. And then the last types of goods that you have, which are actually optional in this game. You don't have to play with these. They recommend that you start the game without them. If you read the rules, I would almost say, I mean, if you've been gaming for any amount of time, you could probably play right away with them. But they are, oh shoot, what are they called again? Royal goods.
Royal goods.
Okay, so the royal goods, they're exactly, maybe slightly darker, but the big distinguishing factor is the gold banner at the bottom. Notice down in the corner that some of the cards have number of players on them, so the game does scale, and so this little symbol here has 4+, so this would come out if you were playing with 3 or less players, which is kind of nice. So, I believe the last thing that we have, or second to last maybe, is the sheriff. The sheriff marker is kind of neat. It's a big old sheriff. Unfortunately, there's not a well-designed thing there because it pops right out, so you either slide it around the table or stick some glue on that thing. Card tray is pretty nice because you can set that right in the middle of the table. The stacks, you're going to use the entire, all the cards are going to be, you're not going to go through all the cards, but they all get used.
Yeah, it's a big stack.
So they're big stacks. You can use this, you don't have to. I'm going to say we probably won't. But it is there, it's not too bad. And then assign somebody to be the banker. There's all your coins.
I think that's all the components, right?
I think that's it, yeah.
Alright, so do you want to do some setup?
Sure.
Alright, so for setup, the first thing that players do is get a merchant stand and a matching merchant bag. So as Mickey said earlier...
There'd be a purple there, maybe.
And the purple.
Purple, and like green over here. We'll just put it on the table. You guys can... You might not be able to see it all, but just go through this real quick.
Alright, the next thing is choose a player to be the banker. So for convenience sake, I will put the banker
Jeb all the money
right there. So purple's going to be banker. So that's the next thing you do. After that, every player gets 50 gold. I'm going to be a jerk banker and give everyone 50s instead of change. You do not want to do this normally. You actually want to break it up because the money will change.
But if you're watching the video, that's really clear. You don't have to add anything up. You start with 50. It doesn't have to be that 50 coin.
Alright, after this, or after the banker is declared, you would remove the royal goods and the 4+ player cards if that applies to you. So in our case, we're just shuffling all the cards in. But if you want to remove those cards, now would be the time. Because after you do that is the shuffling, which Mickey is shuffling all of those cards. So he's shuffling the goods deck, and that creates one big giant deck, which you'll see him set down. So
it's not going to stay like that.
After you shuffle it, each player is going to get 6 cards face down.
Wow, I grabbed the exact amount.
Alright, and then after each player gets their cards, you will take that big stack and you will flip over the top 5 to make a discard pile. But the thing is, there's actually 2 discard piles in this game, so 5 will be flipped over to make the first discard pile.
Well, I didn't shuffle very good.
And then you do 5
on the other side
for the second discard pile. And once you have all that set up, you declare the person who will be the sheriff. So I'll give Mickey the sheriff.
And you place the sheriff in front of you.
And that is set up. So,
it's set up.
An overview of the game. It's played over a series of rounds. Each round has 5 phases. Each round there's one person being the sheriff. The sheriff only participates during inspection and the end of round phases. The turn order begins with the player to the left of the sheriff, and it goes clockwise. So the first phase on a person's turn, so let's say Red's turn.
Red's turn, so I'll be red even though I'm green.
The first thing is you may set, it's the market phase, so you may set up to 5 cards aside, and these are going to be discarded later. So if you don't like some cards in your hand, you can...
Yep. Can we go through this?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to...
So, market phase, like Jeb said. So I have my hand of cards. I'm going to show you. I have 3 bread, 2 apples, and a cheese. And again, what we're trying to do is get goods through to score the points by the sheriff. Okay, we don't want to get inspected by him. We want to get this stuff in here. So I've got 3 bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to hope I can possibly, actually I know there's bread in here, right?
Yep.
So I don't know if there's any here. There is. There actually haven't. I can show this really well then. All right, I'm gonna put these cards aside. So I would set those face down by here. Now, this is where it's important to remember how this works. I have 3 bread. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get more. Nope.
So after you set the 5 or the cards aside, you will draw back up to 6 cards, and the drawing can be different ways. There's different methods to draw.
That's what I was going to tell them.
Well, I was just letting them have the overview, and then you can do them. So, if that's all right.
All right. Yes. So, like Jeb said, now I'm going to get my hand back to 6. The way that I do that is by utilizing any of these decks that I want. The key to remember is you have to use the discard piles before you can use the main deck. So, I know that there's bread in there, and I know that there's bread in there. So I could go 1, 2, and there's another bread there. I take 3. Now I know that my hand's really full of bread. Or, say,
and remember, you got to keep the cards in the discard pile in order.
Right.
So.
Or I could do this and do the exact same things that have to be the same. Let's say I was trying to do something different, though. I could go, I want this bread, and there's nothing over here that I can get to. I can randomly take one off the top. But remember, I have to do that last. Pretty cool example, because I got a contraband item. So, that becomes my hand.
And one quick thing to note is you do not have to pull anything from the discard. If you decide not to, then you would just draw from the deck. So, if Mickey hadn't taken anything from the discard, he would have drawn 3 cards.
Right, exactly. But again, the biggest point is you can't go back and forth.
Right.
You have to do all the deck part last.
Yep.
Once you're done with the discards, you can do it. Now, I have to discard the ones that I put face down, and I have to pick one of the discard piles, and then I can put them in the discard piles in any order I want. So, if I think that maybe somebody has a ton of apples, I might want to I won't want to go like that, they'll get them really quick. So I could either put them like that, or I could go like that. So in order to get 2, they had to get 3 or something like that. Although the point that I'm trying to make is any order on either pile, you can't split them up. So all of these, one pile. So then purple would do the same thing, blue would do the same thing. Sheriff is just paying attention.
Yeah.
It's key when you're sheriff to pay attention to what people are going after in the piles and things like that. So, I would say to myself, what do I want to do? Well, I think on my turn, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to take all my bread, and I'm going to save my mead for later and try to trick the sheriff. I'm going to take all my bread secretly, put them in my pouch, and I would be ready.
And all the players will do this at the same time, except for the sheriff, because he's just sitting out.
Right.
So once you put them in your bag, it says you can place 1 to 5 cards from your hand into your bag. Once the bag is snapped shut, it cannot be changed. That is very important.
Yep.
So, like right now, I don't think Mickey actually snapped
it. I didn't snap it, but
There you go. So he can't change it. Once all players have snapped their bags, it becomes the declaration phase. And in turn order, players are going to look at the sheriff in the eyes and declare what goods are in the bag.
And this is a fun part of the game, folks, because this gets silly.
And then there's some rules on what you can declare. So I'll say these really quick.
Yep.
You can only declare legal goods. So those are the green cards. You can only declare one type of goods. So either all cheese, all apples, whatever. And you can only declare the exact number of cards in the bag. So you can't lie.
Right. And so the key to that is you can't lie about you can't say any of the contraband stuff. You just can't say it.
Right.
But you can lie about what's in the bag, but you have to keep the number of cards that you put in there truthful. Okay? So in my case, you saw me put in the four bread. So obviously, I mean, unless I was a moron, I would look the sheriff right in the eye, and I would say, I have 4 bread in this bag. But I could have put another card in and slapped that meat in there. Yeah. If I had done that, I can't tell him, I can't like have my cards like this and then like I put 4 bread in the bag. Right. I'd have to say I put 5 bread in the bag.
If you had added the meat.
If I had added the meat, if I was trying to sneak that through. Yep. Because what's going to happen is I snap it shut and I hand the bag to the sheriff.
Okay.
Then purple makes the declaration, hands it to the sheriff. Blue makes the declaration, hands it, and so the sheriff will have all the bags full of it.
Now it's the inspection phase.
Now it's the inspection phase, which he can do in any order he wants.
So what the sheriff is he decides the order to inspect the bags. He does not have to inspect the bag, but a decision has to be made on each of the bags. Before inspection, he may choose to threaten the person, and that could be a bribe that may be offered in return to avoid inspection. So he can threaten the people to force them to bribes. Bribes specifically can be anything except cards in hand. Future favors are not binding, but ones for current inspection phase are. If promised to give a card out of the bag, only have to give it if it exists. So I could promise you apple, or if Red promised the sheriff apples to not be inspected, and the sheriff doesn't inspect it, and
opens it and it's all bread,
then he's out of luck.
Yep.
So
let me touch on what Jeb said real quick on the current and future, because that actually makes a difference. So what he meant by that, you have a current deal is binding and a future deal is not. So let's say that that I'm the sheriff. Jeb gave me the red bag, and I'm looking at your bag, and he goes, if you don't look at my bag, I won't look at yours next round. That's a future one. He can break that deal if he wants to.
Right.
Okay. If he had made a different deal, like I will give you 10 money not to look in my bag, and I don't look in his bag, he has to give me the 10 money. He can't be like, yeah, I'm not going to do that since. Okay, so that's in general, though. That's how you do it. You can't you can't renege on something that
for the current.
Current.
Yep. All right. So after if a bribe attempt is offered or whatever, the bag that the sheriff is inspecting, he's going to decide whether or not to inspect it,
yep,
or to let it pass through.
Right.
If he lets it pass through, all the legal goods are placed face up in your stand.
Yeah.
Contraband is placed face down in your stand. So on your card, there's a spot for contraband, and then each side has the legal goods that you can place your face up cards. But if the sheriff decides to not let it pass, he's going to inspect it. So the results for an inspection, he just opens the bag, and the result is either going to be you were telling the truth or telling a lie.
Great.
So if you were telling the truth...
Oh look, I told the truth. I had 4 bread.
Yep. If you tell the truth, the sheriff pays the player the penalty cost on every legal good in the bag, and all the goods are added to the player's stand.
Right. So he'd pay 2, 4, 6. That would have cost him 8 coin to inspect my bag if he had thought I was lying about the 4 bread. 4 bread would go over on the red side. But if I had tried to said 5 bread and tried to slip through the chicken,
if he was caught telling a lie, the declared goods are placed in the stand. Undeclared goods are confiscated, and the sheriff puts them in one discard pile. That person who lied has to pay the penalty cost on each of the confiscated goods to the sheriff.
And that would be the 2.
So if you're caught lying, you got to pay the sheriff.
Yep.
And then that will happen for each of the players, and then it will be the end of the round. At the end of the round, the sheriff is going to pass to the next player, and the next round begins. The game ends if all players have been the sheriff twice. The sheriff is passed to the left. All players draw their hands up to 6 again, and the next round happens. And that's it for a round. Royal goods are treated as contraband. At the end of the game, they're added to the legal goods of its type.
Okay, so show an example.
Yeah, so this is a royal good. It's treated as a contraband if you put it in your bag or anything like that.
Right, so even though this is bread, if I had it in my bread bag, it's contraband.
Yep. Now, if somehow Mickey had scored that and it's face down in his whatever pile on his stand, at the end of the game, he would flip it over and it gets added to the bread.
Right.
Because it's a royal bread or whatever.
And it says how much. Like this one says, this counts as 3 bread at the end of the game. Because there's bonuses for the types of goods that you... Whoever has the most bread, whoever has the most chicken, blah, blah, blah. That's how you score extra points.
And one other thing to note is that if you run out of gold during the game, you have to pay with legal goods in your merchant stand. And then with contraband. So if I had no money and Mickey caught me lying, then I would have to give up some of my bread to pay for the lie.
Based on this coin, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
The game ends when everybody's been the sheriff twice. If it's a 3-player game, it's when everybody's been the sheriff 3 times. What you will do is discard all cards in your hand. You will reveal all contraband and count your score. And then the points, the way they're scored, is the value of all the goods in your stand are totaled. If you have any gold, that adds to your total. And then you get any bonuses. And there's some bonuses on the items. So if you come in, if you're the person with the most of one of the goods, you get how much it's worth, or how much bonus is on the thing. So like apples is a 20.
And if you're second, you get 10.
Yep.
Right.
If you tie for first, means the 2 bonuses are added together and divided by 2. So if me and Mickey had the most apples, we would divide 20 plus 10 is 30, divided by 2 is 15.
And then no second place, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If there's a tie for second, so if I had the most apples but Mickey and Haley tied for second, the bonus is split, rounded down, so I would get 20 in that case, and Mickey and Haley would both get 5. And I think that's it for the bonuses at the end of the game.
I think so. Pay attention to what Jeb said about the money counting at the end of the game, though, because if I remember correctly, the very first time we played this game, for whatever reason, everybody was, I think tried to lie to Jeb and gave him money to not open their bag every time. And he was so rich that he just won. So anyways, just a tip.
Yeah. Alright, so we will get the game set up and give it a play.
Alright, so everything's set up. If you can see the sheriff, this is Mickey. I'm going to start.
We'll put him in the corner.
Yeah, we're going to put him in the corner, whoever it is. So we've got Mickey here, Jeb here, Kim here, Haley here. I'm going to be the first sheriff, and everybody's ready to go except we haven't made discard piles yet. So
as Mickey does that, I'm the banker. I'm red, Kim's blue, Haley's purple, Mickey's green. I'm not sure if that really matters.
Nope. 5, and I'll let you do the other side, Jim.
And then we all started with 50 coins. So
what is that?
50 coins.
50 coins.
You know what? Slide this just a little bit so I can see.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So I got
I
apples.
want mine in pennies, please.
But now I can't see.
Bread.
You can't see anything?
Bread.
I can't see that side.
There. Okay.
Mead and apples. I don't know if it's easier to set it like
I
that.
think you're supposed to stack them, but
supposed to stack. Okay.
I don't know if there's. I don't think there's any rules about looking at it.
For the drinks, I'm drinking Shipyard, the pumpkin beer. Shipyard because you ship goods in the yard.
Oh
right?
yeah, they're stretching it. I'm drinking cream soda because I'm not having a beer.
Water.
And Kim's got the
Shipyard.
All right. So to begin the game, right? Mickey is the sheriff.
He's a sheriff.
And I didn't even look at my hand yet. So I guess I'm first because Mickey is to my right, or I'm
Left,
to Mickey's
left,
left.
yeah.
So, cards to set aside. I will set these two aside. Put them right there. That's what I'm setting aside. What's up?
I'm watching what you're taking.
Oh.
Watching what you're taking.
I'll take an apples,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to draw a card.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that's it for my turn, right? So these get discarded. And look at that, double peppers. So I can't do that, right?
Can't split, yeah.
Put both in this.
Oh, that blocks somebody from getting that chain.
Alright,
Oh,
so
no.
Kim's go.
So I'm supposed to discard something?
Well, you
You
want
want to?
face down. If
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'll keep my hand.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay. Setting these two aside and taking
You need to keep your cards, like, over there so I can
Do I
see.
need to
Okay.
keep my cards like this?
and two off the top. These are going here.
What is it? Cheese and...
Silk.
Alright, so we've done that phase. So it is now the load merchant bag phase. So we will load our merchant bags.
Ew, Jeff! Your face!
But yeah, everybody's not loaded.
I snapped. Snap, crackle, pop.
Everybody's
Rice
snapped.
Krispies.
Alright, starting with Jeb.
Oh, I gotta look in your eye.
Yeah.
Let him. He's just.
I forgot what I put in. Alright.
That's awesome that you forgot what you put in.
In this bag, right here, Mickey, the bag that is in between both of us, but not blocking our eyes,
Uh-huh.
2 bread. I think bread's a thing, right? Yeah, bread is a thing.
Hey.
You're just doing that to trick him.
Kim.
Oh, do I do it right
Yeah,
now?
you
You gotta
have to
look
declare
in his
and then
eyes.
he.
I have 3 bread. Ew.
The iconic we're all making. 3 bread. It's a lot of bread today.
Yeah.
We're all bakers.
I'm
We've
gonna
all
op-
been given
I'm gonna
bread.
open Kim's.
Ooh!
Alright.
He's calling her out.
Doesn't even care.
Why? What?
She probably did it illegal.
No, wait, what?
You can bribe me if you don't want me to open it.
The bribing. I
Um,
forgot about that.
Like, what's a bribe? Or what is that?
It's up to
Anything you want.
You can offer to give him money. You could offer to give him a card that's in
You could
there.
offer him security.
Next, when you're the sheriff,
False
you could
security.
be like, I won't inspect your bag on
Alright,
my turn.
I'll give you 2 coins.
2 coins.
Don't open it.
Now I'm opening this thing. 3 bread. A thing of mead.
Oh!
And 2 bread. You pay 4 to the bank, right?
No, to you, to the
Oh, to
sheriff.
me.
What
Okay.
about these?
No, you never
You didn't
gave
take
those
them,
to him.
so you gotta get 1 for. But you still get to keep your bread.
Okay. So
Two.
now I gotta remember. Now I gotta remember what this goes in the discard pile, right? The bad one, or do I get it?
No, she scores the good stuff. Everything not declared gets put in the discard. You don't get it.
So those are legal.
Well, I didn't want to pay 4 because that's what the thing cost.
Alright. I understand. But it was just so funny because when you're bribing him, you're like, 2 pennies!
2 coins.
Maybe he wants a quick buck.
I would have taken the money.
What was yours again? 3 what?
Bread.
You said 3 bread too.
Everyone said bread.
Yeah, bread.
You didn't even know bread was a thing.
Oh no!
I'm not sure that I trust 2 on you, especially since you took apples. She could be trying to put at least apples through.
I'll give you
Only 2.
See?
Only 2. I want 5.
2's my limit, man. I'm a little guy with nothing in my cart. I gotta make. Oh, he snapped it.
Oh, he's telling the truth.
Oh yeah.
Pay him muns.
There goes my 4 I earned, right?
Oh yeah. So since
So we're all.
each of the bread is worth 2, and since he checked it and they were all legal, I get the 4 money from him. And there's 1 bag left.
What are you
She is not
doing?
amused at all.
Yeah. You want me to open your bag, Haley?
I'd prefer not. But I think everyone would prefer not.
Do you have any money for me, Haley?
Do you want your 4 back? Would that make you feel better?
Oh, you're giving my 4 back?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
There must be something good in there.
Okay.
Wow.
Put 8 mead.
8 mead?
That is illegal,
Wow.
by the way.
I am not of age. I can't drink alcohol, thank you.
I'm looking at everybody.
Alright.
Mickey just likes the power.
Yes!
Oh, was it contraband?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's the good bread, right?
I get my 4 anyways.
Wow.
That was the King's contraband.
King's Cup.
King's contraband. King's Cup. This game ends awful.
Oh, you all are a bunch of cheaters.
All right, so that's the
I
end
hope
of the
you know
round.
I'm opening your bag now. I don't care.
Oh, so now I gotta watch everyone. So
What
Kim,
happens if you open their bag and you don't have enough money to pay them if you're wrong?
You have to pay in goods.
Oh, like the coin value of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
At the end of the turn, we all draw up, don't we?
Yes.
So
Well, I don't. I have 6.
I do though. So I get 2, and it's from the top of the deck, right?
Yeah, you don't get...
Okay, Kim.
So I get 3 cards?
Yep, from the top.
Unless I'm on contraband?
No, you have to. At this phase, you're drawing up from the deck, and then when your turn begins, then you can do that thing again.
How many do we have to have in our hand?
6.
6. Okay.
So everybody's up to 6 cards. It is now Kim's turn.
Aww.
So she has to put. Well, she doesn't have to. She can put stuff to the side.
Nothing happened in the deck.
I'm gonna keep my
Please,
hand.
get out.
All right,
Don't look at my cards.
Haley.
Yeah.
You like
Ow.
spine on me.
I did. I saw all those cheese. Is that how you pronounce it? Chicken.
Triton?
Haley, your turn.
Oh,
What'd
yeah.
she do?
She did nothing.
Setting
really?
aside
Yeah.
one.
Kim's so honest in this game, right? Which you get rid of? Cheese.
Ooh.
Haley got rid of cheese. Kim got rid of nothing. That
2.
means Mickey's
1.
getting. Uh-oh.
And 1.
And would you toss?
An apple and a mead.
Oh. That's not exciting.
It's exciting.
Alright, so baggy time. Alright.
I'm going first. 4 bread.
Okay, I guess you looked at me technically. Alright.
I made eye contact with you.
No, I don't decide that yet. I look at everyone first.
3. Bread.
Wow! I've never.
Like-
There were more bats there than a baseball team locker room. Alright, Mickey. What do you have to declare?
As Kim said, here's my lie, Jeff. Folks, you missed that. Kim just outright called me a liar.
That's what this game is.
3 cheese, sir.
Alright, so I've got 3 cheese for Mickey, 3 bread for Kim, and something with Haley.
I think she said...
I think 4 bread.
I think it was
4
bread,
bread,
and she
yeah.
has 2 cards left, so it was
Alright.
4 bread, I believe.
Let's get this out of the way, Mickey. Out of the way. No, alright, out of the way, Mickey. This cheese is awfully light.
Light.
Oh, there.
Light. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
battery. What are you saying, Jeff?
maybe-
It looks good to me.
Oh, you don't want to bribe me? for
Not
that?
when you watched me pick up cheese.
Yeah, but you could have seen me pick up. See you pick up the cheese. And I don't know anymore.
I'll take your money.
What is your friend?
3 cheese. I don't know. I should trust Kim on this.
What? I'm going through
Okay,
She's
okay,
going through my
look.
cabinets.
You cannot play every game doing what your girlfriend wants you to do.
All right. I won't. I'm not gonna do it. So you can. Do I get to see what the face-ups are? Right?
Yeah.
So you let Mickey through?
Yeah. Oh.
So bad ones go
contraband.
Face down.
All right, Haley, you said four
Four
bread.
bread.
Four bread. If I'm wrong, that's $8. That would mean I lose 4. You want to bribe me?
No.
Ooh.
Oh,
Confidence.
confidence. I'm looking.
Okay, you're gonna pay me.
Oh!
Quick comeback before the unsnap.
I know.
Is the decision final since I said that? Because I didn't
No,
unsnap it yet.
I forget. Officially, I think it's pretty open. Hold on.
I think I'm the pushover here.
As soon as you unsnap the merchant bag or hand it back, it's too late.
Okay. I'll let it go through.
Sweet.
Oh, Jeff, did you do wrong?
Oh, I did it right.
Nice.
Kim. Is there a bribe in my future?
No.
She said
I'll
no.
give it back.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh. I
All
suck at
contraband.
sheriff.
All of it is contraband.
What's in here? Ooh. What did I put in here?
She forgets what she put in.
Oh.
Jeff got nailed all the way around.
I'm the pushover. Alright, so I pass the sheriff now.
Kim is sheriff.
And then
Alright.
Kim will draw up, and then Haley draws up.
Does the sheriff even draw up? Does it matter? I guess it.
Well, I didn't.
I don't know either. Somebody will call us out on it if they're not supposed to draw up until.
Well, I had 6, so I never spend any, so I don't draw up. Alright, so Haley starts it, right?
Yep. 2 are being set aside. Taking the top
Do I do
one.
this part too?
Taking an
Well, you
apples.
just watch.
And 1 from the thing. And then I'm putting 2 chickens.
1, 2.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, that's right. 1.
You want my chickens?
Give me your chickens.
Yeah,
What's my
those
chicken?
chickens.
Chickens.
That makes me think of a video.
What are you getting rid of for the chickens?
There's
Apple and
this
meat.
little girl
Oh,
in
awesome.
this field of like giant.
I'll put 2 to the side. I'll
and
take
this
an
one,
apple.
She just goes,
And I'll
look at
grab
all
this.
those chickens. It's so
I will
funny.
put
It's geese
cheese on top of mead. Or under mead.
underneath.
Alright, so time to put our goods in the bag, right?
Goodies in the bags. What is this thing? Oh, that's running the thing.
I snapped my...
These things are like secure snaps. I like hardcore snaps.
Haley, you giving it to her?
Yeah. 4 apples.
4 chickens.
2 bread.
Yeah, right.
She goes, yeah, right.
Oh my god!
So quick.
Wow! Oh my god.
She don't trust him.
Can I start with any of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get to go anywhere you want.
You can sit, feel them, shake them like you're
Two bread.
Chubb.
Oh my god.
It's only 2 measly little cards. There
Yeah.
must be something good in there then.
Probably not.
I want to open it. Are you gonna bribe me?
No.
Oh,
Did you get caught again?
Yeah. The special apples.
Ooh. Got
I
pick
gotta-
4.
You took apples off the top. Why in the world would you have declared apples?
I know, that was so fishy.
Really?
Yeah.
If
Pick
you
up
would
bread.
have somebody would have second guessed you if you would have at least said apples.
Such a newbie.
Oh, because I...
Took apples off.
Apples, and you're like, I have 1 little bread that I put in
I
here.
got bread.
I got the bread off the top of the deck. I completely forgot.
This
So where
kid.
does this
Wow.
go?
In the
You get to
discard.
pick which one.
This kid, he's new.
Wow.
Jeff's
Clearly
good at
he's
bluffing
new.
games.
Wow.
Alright, so we got 2 left.
What did I declare? Oh, okay.
And you said 4 chickens?
4 chickens.
That's pretty believable. I mean, you picked up 2, I think.
2 chickens.
I'll let it go.
Thank you. You're nice, Sheriff.
Ew.
Wow. Yours was like obviously weird.
Right
Let's
in the
see
face.
what we did here.
1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He's a big liar.
It's a liar.
And then there's Haley.
Yep.
And you said 4 apples?
Yep. And I picked up apples.
I know you did.
And I had to pick up 4 blind ones from the beginning of my turn.
Blind ones mean nothing.
Yeah, I found that out.
Do you
pretty
want to
quick.
bribe?
Yeah, but I mean,
Really?
come on,
Yeah.
Jeff. Really? Did you really forget you took the apples when after you drew the bread?
Yeah.
What was your thought process?
I was looking at my hand and I was like, oh, I think I can sneak these in with the bread. And then I realized that the bread was...
I should
Yeah,
have looked at it. Alright.
Alright, so Sheriff passes, right?
Yep. Haley is just...
And then you guys, or I guess...
I guess you draw up,
Yeah,
and I draw up.
and I draw.